This is a tarot and oracle card reading for all signs. This reading is a general collective reading, which means you need to use your intuition to know if it's for you. It's not a personal. This reading is also timeless, which means it shouldn't matter when I create or post a reading. It could have been from a year ago. What truly matters is when you found it on your homepage or when you felt drawn to it, when you came across it. That's when you were supposed to see it. That's when Spirit is sending you a sign. Already a card wants to come out. It says silence, number 36. There is a sweet embrace in the nothingness stillness brings, a presence of self, fully embodied. So they want you to take time to sit in silence here, to be present, to meditate. There's a need for you to be in silence. This will help you. Also, this is number 36, which breaks down to 9. I feel like you're coming to the end of a cycle, but there's still meditation that needs to be done always. There's still shadow work that needs to be done, so you need to sit in silence. Let's find out if there's any other messages from this deck before we move on. I just started kicking it off with this deck. We have Graveyard. This is also an 18, which breaks down to 9, so another 9. There is a song that bellows in the peace of knowing no end, in acknowledging the crossroads of eternity. There is a song that bellows in the peace of knowing no end, in acknowledging the crossroads of eternity. So I feel like Spirit's wanting you to know that when we die, we don't die. We do move on. And that is peaceful to know that there is no end. And it says in acknowledging the crossroads of eternity, that we go on for eternity. So for somebody out there, they're just wanting to remind you of that if you already believe that, or they're wanting you to know that when you die physically here in the physical realm, you're going back home. You're still living. Your consciousness still lives on, even though you might not have the physical body in this plane anymore. And I feel like with those two cards together, I feel like they're also trying to tell you to sit in silence and be present and meditate to connect to ancestors. So I feel like there's somebody, maybe somebody that's passed in your life who is connecting with this reading and wanting you to know they are not dead. If you need to talk to them, just meditate. You can talk to them anyway. They can hear your thoughts, but meditate to see if you can feel them as well, because they are not dead. And it's weird because last night, from the time I'm making this reading, last night on TikTok, I actually had 2 readings that I did for people that passed over. So I was able to give some pretty cool messages. 1111 came out, and then she told me when I said that, she said, yeah, my dad died on 11/11, and then I picked some letters, G-E-N-N, and she told me that her dad's nickname was G, so we had G and E. So that was pretty cool. And then there were some other cool things. As I was going from one of those readings to another, the song Tears in Heaven came on my playlist, which I had just picked this compilation so that I actually typed in love songs. So I don't know, Tears in Heaven, I don't think that is like a love song as far as like romance goes, but I typed in love songs and it was just on the playlist, and happened to be after I finished her reading and was moving on to the next one, I realized that was playing. And that's what brought me to mention it. And then the person that I read for said that her dad died a month ago, so I did a reading for her. So now I feel like there's a lot of that coming up. I've actually had a lot of people wanting to connect with other people. So, and apparently there was things that I said in that reading that really resonated with her as well. So the cool thing is I feel like Spirit's taking that on as well. And we're just still having that moment where, spirits are starting to want to reach out, I guess, through me. So I feel like that's what's happening in this reading. That somebody that's passed on before you, one of your ancestors, or even, somebody close to you that's passed on, is wanting you to know that there is no death, that, There is eternity here. So, and both of these are, again, break down to 9. So maybe you're ending one cycle and going into another. Maybe it has something to do with you, with this situation, with the passing of someone. Not saying somebody's going to pass, so don't worry about that. I mean, that's not the message here. But they do want you to sit in silence. And I think that'll help you connect with this person, with whoever this person is, or your ancestors. Then we have rooted. It's number 34, which breaks down to 7. 7 is good luck. It says, may you never tear the living ritual that is magic. Is that tear or tear? Is magic. Merge with the roots of your being, the soul of your soul. I need to take my glasses off to read this, make sure I'm reading this right. Does magic merge within the roots of your being, the soil of your soul? So stay rooted, stay grounded. I don't know. I feel like this is magic that is merged within the roots of your being, the soil of your soul. I actually had something similar come out. I feel like they're wanting you to connect with them, their ancestors. I feel like this talking about the magic merged within the roots of your being, the living ritual. May you never tear the living ritual that is magic merged within the roots of your being, the soil of your soul. So I feel like either your ancestors practiced magic or whatever it is, like rituals, maybe a manifestation, I don't know, magic or something like that. And so it is, or you did in past lives, and they're wanting you to connect with that and not break away from that. Not to separate from this living ritual that is magic merged within the roots of your being, the soil of your soul. Actually had that come out recently where it was like they wanted somebody to look up their, like go on ancestry.com and look into their roots. So that keyword, their roots, makes me think of that. So I definitely am getting a strong feeling here of whoever's going to see this reading, that their ancestors are coming through. You know, maybe I make this reading and then later on these spirit guides, the ancestors say this fits perfectly with what I want to tell them, and then they put it on your page. But I feel like there's definitely somebody here that some ancestors, some people from your past, whether you met them or not, I don't know, probably have. Probably some you have and some are just late ancestors, because they want you to meditate and get in touch with them and also get in touch with your authentic self. So maybe you're somebody who has this magic in them. And like me, I always had it. In my 20s, I went through a phase where I wanted to get into it, but then I kind of stuffed it deep down inside because I got busy with mainstream and how people reacted to it. So I didn't really fully step into my authentic self till a couple years ago when I had my spiritual awakening. Now I'm just ready to just be, that's all I want to do is just be authentic the rest of my life, But so I feel like maybe you're kind of going through the same thing. Maybe you're younger and you're just, you feel the pull, but maybe you're stuffing it down for other people or something, and they just don't want you to tear away from that. They want you to remain rooted in who you really truly are. And so I'm getting a lot of big energy here about these ancestors coming through. And first of all, wanting you to know that there is no death, that they are here for you, that all you have to do is meditate to get in touch with them, but also to find out more about them, whether that's through meditation or, getting on ancestry.com, however you can come connected with them. And it is also something maybe in past lives you've been connected with, the roots of your soul, the very being, the roots of your being, the soil of your soul. May you never tear the living ritual that is magic. So I guess that's never separate from ritual, living ritual of doing this magic or experiencing this magic that is part of you. Okay. Sorry, some of the wording on this deck is just like, I'm trying to figure out what in the heck they mean because I'm not used to working with this deck very often. Wow, so that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. We're going to use this deck to get a message. Very different message than what's been coming out lately. I don't know if what happened last night just shifts the energy where now spirits can say, oh, she can send messages to our loved ones. Okay. I mean, I've done that before many times, but not recently. But all of a sudden there seemed like an uptick. And when I was on TikTok, when one person saw that reading, then they started asking me to pull messages for their family members. But at that point I was doing the paid personals, not the freeze. And with the freeze on TikTok, I tend to not allow like somebody to pick the topic or pick a question. Those are reserved for the paid, but it's usually just whatever spirit wants you to know based on whatever deck I'm working with. So that's where I was like, well, okay, spirits. What else do you want us to know for the person watching? What else do they need to know? Assuming that this whole message might be guided by these ancestors or this person that's passed, if we're already getting that energy coming through. Sometimes you might have, you know, one person coming through, but other people trying to come through too. So we won't know for sure, but. Okay, so there's something, now they're kind of switching to what you should do for yourself. This might still have to do with you being authentic to who you are if you're kind of into like anything like spiritual or magic or anything like that. You staying rooted in who you truly are. And if you have rituals, you know, still doing that. We have this card here, do it for you. And then we have confidence. It comes with time and practice. So do this, stay rooted, meditate, do it for, you know, do what you want to do. Do it for you, not other people. Work, you know, live your life for you, not other people. Yeah, there's mountains in the background here. So there are challenges to dealing with being authentic, but they want you to do it for you. And then the confidence, it says it comes with time and practice. So you will get confident later on, and maybe this has to do with magical abilities even. Both of these are 5, so this suggests big changes in your life. You're going through a transformation. Maybe you're going through what I'm going through, where you're kind of waking up and wanting to live authentically. This is 41, which breaks down to 5, and then we have 23, which breaks down to 5. So big changes here. But 5s are big changes that are usually for your highest good, even if it doesn't feel like it in the moment. Okay. Let's get maybe one more card from this deck. So yeah, I mean, if you watch this video and you want a message, you know, that is a personal reading, that is directly from, you know, and somebody that passed away, you know, I call it mediumship. The thing is, I don't, to be in all transparency, the way my ability works at this point in time, I do expect it to change as I work with it, but I use more claircognizance, to just the knowing, you know, you just don't know how you know. But I do at this point, I don't feel comfortable doing a reading without the cards. I don't think it's as far advanced as like Teresa Caputo, where it's like, I don't hear other voices in my ear. I cannot tell the difference between their voice and my voice as easily as that. Like, I don't hear other voices. Usually the first thing that pops into my head, and that's why I just let it channel, is them channeling through. I don't see images in my head when I'm awake with my eyes open. I do sometimes at night. It's growing. But currently, right now, I can do, I guess, what you'd call a mediumship, where I am using the cards to get messages for you. I've got decks of messages that from loved ones who passed over. So I can use those decks. They pick the messages that they want you to see by popping out the card. And it can make a lot of sense. And like I said, last night I pulled, she wanted to know names. And that's what I was like, well, I don't necessarily hear names to the point where, like, without the cards, like I need the cards right now. In the future, I expect that to change. I've asked for it to change. I've been told that it's going to change. It just changes gradually when you're going through a spiritual awakening. So I used the letters, and 2 out of 3 of the letters did come out to be very G and E. And she said he goes by G-E-E. So it was very close. And like I said, then the numbers came out just by me channeling and doing my reading like I normally would. So I can do mediumship. It's not going to be like me saying, oh, this person wants you to know there's, maybe the cards, something on the cards, it'll make me say something, and it will resonate like that. Like I said, last night I said, there was 2 11s. I said, I'm seeing 11-11. Then she tells me my dad died on 11-11. So yeah, it can happen like that. But I'm not used to doing it to the point where I'm using the cards. To do it without the cards, I'm not ready for that yet. I'm not ready to trust that yet. So I'm not comfortable saying I'm a medium or something like that. But I do offer, where I can pull cards and get messages for you, absolutely, based on the decks that I have. And I can also, find out using my regular decks what they'd want you to know, like in this case, like giving a reading like this, where I can tell you what they want you to know. And there might be things that come out in the reading that are very synchronistic, that you'll know who I'm talking about or whatever. So just putting that out there, I do offer that on my website. So if you do want to get messages from your person, I can do that, especially if you say, I want it from my dad, and we can speak to you directly from your dad, But for her, she's just like, is any of my ancestors reaching out? And so I start to do the reading, and then she said, do you get any names? That's where it gets a little difficult for me, because unless there's a name on a card that pops out, unless I have like a deck of, names, and then, if their name is in there and it pops out, or like I said, I can do the letters or whatever. So I still need the divination tools to do it, is what I'm saying. I'm not there yet where I'm just like able to give you a message without the cards, where it's very specific like that, where it's like, oh, your dad left a key for you under the couch. I don't know if I can do that unless there's a couch in one of the cards and I happen to say. I might. It could happen, but it might not be that specific, is all I'm saying. So just want to throw that out there. For anybody who might want to get that kind of reading, I certainly do it. And, sometimes when it's a reading that I'm not, like if you ask a question and I'm like, man, I've never done a reading like that before. I'm like, how am I going to do this? Which deck do I need to go through? And then I just start doing it. I just start pulling cards, and it works perfectly. So I've learned to trust spirit. I'm learning to trust that it will come out and it will be perfect and it'll be exactly what you need. So if you feel a calling towards getting that type of reading with me, absolutely, you will get the message you want, I'm sure. But I just wanted to throw that out there. I do those types of messages. It's just not like without the cards, and it might not be 100% specific on who it is, or unless we ask specifically, like, hey, Dad, I want to hear from you. Okay, well, we're going to know it's your dad, Okay. Okay, so this one came out, the Evil Queen, you deserve sugar, not salt. So whoever this is, your spirit guides or your ancestor, they want you to know that you're dealing with somebody who's not treating you quite right. And maybe this has to do with you following your soul's path, or, being rooted into who you truly are. And it says you deserve sugar, not salt. So there's somebody in your life who's not treating you right. And they want you to, set some boundaries with this person, or distance yourself from this person, because you deserve better. Anything else from this deck? Yeah, I hope I explained that okay. And definitely, this is as of August 2022. So if you see this a year from now, 2 years from now, I do expect this to grow. I hope it grows. I've asked my spirit guides for that. I feel it changing, but they do it very gradually, so you don't freak out. And, it takes time. You got to sit there and work with it and stuff too, if it's not something that was like strong when you were born, which I think I was getting it, and it's just like I shut it down when I was in my 20s. So now I had my spiritual awakening a couple years ago, and things are growing, things are changing. So I expect my readings to get even better over time. even better. But right now, I just need to use, I don't feel comfortable saying I can do it without the cards. So I hope that makes sense. Okay, but I definitely can do it with the cards, and I'm good with the cards. I've been told time and time again how good I am. So I am confident with the cards. Okay, so, yeah, we have bitch fire, stand up for yourself. That is so synchronistic with this evil queen. You deserve sugar, not salt. You need to stand up for yourself. And by doing that, you're going to throw yourself into a new lucky cycle, because this is 7. Bitch fire, stand up for yourself. They want you to stand up for yourself. And we have 11, which is manifesting. So you're manifesting this. It says sun. Paint the sun back into your sky. So she's making a painting. It's like you are manifesting your future, your reality. You're co-creating with the universe. So you have the ability to put that happiness back in, but you have to stand up for yourself and able to put yourself into this new cycle. So there's something here, like I said, it's could have something to do. So if that resonates with you, that, you know, they don't want you, maybe you've been wanting or feeling a pull into something magical or spiritual or something like that. And it's in your roots, whether it be your ancestors doing it or you doing it in a previous lifetime, probably both. They want you to, you know, be authentic to yourself, not change for anybody. Do it for yourself. And again, just like what I'm going through, as I do it more, I've been doing this for a couple of years. As I do it more and more and more, and more people tell me how awesome the reading was and how on point it was, the more confidence you get in it. So if you're trying to do something as well with a craft, maybe using magic or, you know, any kind of psychic abilities or something like that, the more it comes with time and practice, it says. So don't be hard on yourself. Do it for you. Somebody here in your family or friends or something like that, you know, is making you, they're the evil queen. They're making you, and it could be a guy, I don't know. Somebody is making you feel like you can't be your authentic self. And so there's a need for you to stand up for yourself. You deserve sugar, not salt. So it's up to you to do that. And by doing that, you will allow yourself to live your passions and be passionate. And I get it. You know, when I was getting up and going to the office every day and not, yeah, sure, I enjoyed life or whatever, but I wasn't fully able to spend my time doing what I love. This is what I love. This is what I'm apparently good at. I've been told by Spirit, this is my destiny. So, you know, they were like, get up and get busy, start it. But, you know, over time, you get even more confident. You get even more sure of your abilities. And so you need to understand that. They want you to understand that. And it's up to you to paint the sun back into your sky, to manifest this. And so you manifest with your thoughts. Your thoughts become your actions. So your actions, your thoughts, your feelings towards those thoughts, thinking positive. Your actions, in this case, standing up for yourself. Doesn't mean, it says bitch fire, but it doesn't mean you have to be a bitch to stand up for yourself. You can still set boundaries with people and not be a bitch to them. So it's up to you to make that change. Let's use this deck to get some trying to shuffle kind of quiet because my son's asleep in the other room, even though it's broad daylight. Okay. Yes, we have wondrous universe, walk in beauty. I just feel like that's, you know, back to that, you know, talking about magic and spirituality, that we have such a beautiful, wondrous universe. And look at it, he's like a wizard. So it's like magic, you know, seeing the magic, knowing it's out there. So maybe you're somebody who believes in magic. Maybe you want to do magic. Maybe you don't. Maybe you just want to manifest, which is basically the same thing, only you're not using tools and you're not being called a witch and whatever, but you're still manifesting. It's still, you know, using your thoughts to create your reality. It's still magic to us. So the universe is wondrous, so walk in the beauty of it. Live your authentic self. Stay rooted to who you truly are. We also have the card Narrow Pathway coming out. It says tread thoughtfully. So when you are standing up for yourself, it's okay to stand up for yourself. It's okay to be authentic, but there might be a need for you to just, you know, tread thoughtfully. Be careful how you go about it. You know, stand up for yourself, but, you know, respect other people's beliefs and just ask them that they respect yours. You can respect that they're not the same. See, when you do this shadow work, when you do this meditation and you sit in silence and get in touch with your ancestors and get in touch with this magic or spirituality, whatever it is that's deep inside of you, what you've done in past lives or what they've done, somehow you're connecting to this, you will be uncovering treasure. Uncovering treasure. It says, beneath the surface lies great bounty. I don't know if that means actual money brought in or just treasure of the gifts. When you start working with your intuition, everybody's intuitive. Everybody has that capability. Some people can, you know, some people are born with their third eye very, very open. Others need to work at it to get it open. But everybody can. Some people are more into that stuff. Like, there's reasons why I'm into it. It's because I have done this in past lives, I was told. And I might have ancestors who are in it too, because of, you know, I'm O negative. So that definitely tells me there's RH negative people are known for being very intuitive. There's a lot of spiritual beliefs that goes with the people that are RH negative, and I am. So, you know, it might go back to my actual ancestors too. That's why I said with you, it could be both your actual ancestors that have this in them, and maybe you did it in past lives as well. So you might have it in your actual DNA in this earthly plane, and also in like your spiritual DNA, who you were as a soul before on earth. And if you meditate and get in touch with these ancestors, you will be uncovering treasures. But you need to stand up for yourself and live authentically. That's okay. It's time. We have breaking trail. A breakthrough is at hand. A breakthrough is at hand for you in regard to this situation. We also have vast vistas. Expand your horizons. So they want you to meditate and get in touch with them and expand your horizons. Expand these gifts, spiritual gifts. We have choosing your path. All is possible. So yeah, you have free will to choose your path, but they want you to choose your path and do it for you. So that's what that do it for you is. Choose your path. All is possible right now. You have free will. That is awesome. Okay, let's use this self-care deck here. Spirits, what would you like the person watching to know with this deck? Is there any messages in here that you would like them to keep in mind? Today is your day. Positive affirmations. Using positive affirmations every day can change your life. So they want you, if you're not already using positive affirmations, they want you to use positive affirmations. If you are already using them, they want you to keep using them. They're letting you know that they think that's a good idea. It will help you. So So that will help you with the confidence. So there's definitely somebody here that maybe you're trying to get into the spirituality or something. You're lacking confidence. And whatever this is that you have in your soul, whatever that gift is or spiritual practice or whatever, they want you to keep doing it. They don't want you to lose your roots. They want you to stay rooted. Social media detox. No posting, no liking, just living. Don't let it take over your life. So they want you to take some time, go in hermit mode, do this contemplating, do this soul searching, so you can figure out who you are as a soul and what, how you want to live authentically. Meditate to get in touch with them. So you got to turn off the social media to get there. Actually, I'm going to use a different self-care deck now. We're going to get that out. Cool reading, very different than my typical ones, which is good because I like them to change it up. I don't want it to be the same reading over and over again. That's not fun. Like it's boring. Okay, so we have flow like water. So they want you to just go with the flow of life. That will help to bring in gifts for you, blessings for you. Because if you don't flow with water, if you create resistance, it makes it harder on you. It makes things take longer to come in. I kind of, especially when we're talking about water, it makes me think of like, if you were to get caught in a riptide, you wouldn't want to fight it because then you would drown. The struggle would wear you down and you would probably drown. But if you actually go with it and let it take you, and then once you're out of it, then you kind of swim to the shore or whatever, you have a better chance of survival. So in this case, it's easier to just go with the flow and don't try to fight whatever lessons or challenges that come up. I mean, obviously work on solving them, but try to go with the flow here. And we have, oh, what is this all about? Okay. Okay, we have nourish your temple. Your body is your temple. And this came out with sex. So you need to get laid. That's weird. Spirits, who is talking to you? Who's telling you you need to get laid? Nourish your temple with sex. This is, or maybe you've been trying to manifest a lover or something, because this is 38 breaks down to 11, so it's like manifesting that. And then the sex card here is 44, which breaks down to 8, so like an abundance of sex. Like you need to have an abundance of sex, or you're going to be having an abundance of sex, so just be open. Be open to whoever comes your way, I guess, because it says nourish your temple. And she's very, curvy in this picture, so I feel like the two of these together, there's a lot of like, the colors are the same. It's like rainbow colors. It's like it's almost coming over here and then going into here. So I do feel like those kind of are going together here. Wow. Okay. This reading took so it's also next to flow like water. So maybe this is go with the flow when it comes to romance. I did notice that this 24 breaks down to 6, but since we weren't talking about love, I didn't bring up love. But 24 breaks down to 6. 6 is love. So I think that they were kind of shifting it to want to bring in this love situation here and tell you to flow, go with the flow, whatever's happening in a love situation. And then like I said, we had sex, and that's 44, which breaks down to 8. 8 is abundance, one abundance of sex, and nourish your temple. But this is 11, breaks down to 11. So, we have 11 up there. So now we have 1111, which is a twin flame number. So maybe this is also talking about twin flames here. Maybe you're going to be going into this new cycle and you're manifesting this twin flame. And when you get this person back, you guys are going to be having an abundance of sex. You're going to be able to nourish your temple here, your body, with this sex. So go with the flow with regard to the love situation. Yeah, you go into the new cycle. Maybe they're just trying to prepare you for what is to come, for rest up. We do have sit in silence and rest there, so rest up. So they went from talking about your magical abilities to, this could also be, you know, sex with yourself. It could be, because we went from talking about your magical abilities or your spiritual beliefs, spiritual abilities, that kind of thing, and you living authentically. Maybe sex magic is, you know, and even like I said, it could even be with yourself. There isn't anybody else in these pictures. So, I mean, it could be loving yourself, nourishing your temple while, you know, if you're waiting for someone else, still nourishing your temple sexually with yourself. Huh. Go figure that came in. That was a really weird, you know, one card. That's it. I don't think the whole entire reading is about sex. I think the main reading here was about your magical abilities and living authentically, expand your horizons and all that stuff. But then they just wanted to throw this in here. But I do feel like it goes together because we got the 24 breaking down to 6, which is love. Then we're talking about sex. Then we're talking about nourishing your temple. And again, it breaks down to 11, so manifestation. 44 means abundance. So, you know, maybe using sex magic or just taking care of yourself will help lift your vibes. I mean, look at her aura here, her aura all around her. It's like maybe, you know, taking care of yourself will lift your vibrations. Also, another thing you can do, I don't know where I learned about this, but like when you're having an orgasm, you like imagine bringing up that feeling up, and you just imagine it going all the way up your body, and you can make your whole, like, or even before you have your orgasm, when you're feeling turned on, if you envision bringing, like pulling it up from your sacral chakra, pulling it up, you can actually make your whole body tingle. So I think that has to do with like Tantra. So I'm gonna have to look into that, but so that might have something to do with it. You know, practicing things like that to help you with lifting your vibration and making your aura ascend here. Wow, okay. So that was weird. So now I'm gonna go into a bonus reading, an extended reading. Before I get into that, make sure you subscribe and click the notification bell to be notified when I put out a video so you don't miss any juicy details like that. Like, look what you would have missed. Telling you all about what you can do with your horny feelings, you know. You can bring them up if you didn't know that already, but yeah. So definitely subscribe, click the notification bell. If you want a personal reading, you can get it on my website. It's www.bossasswitch111.com. That's 4 ones there. Yeah, so what else? If you want to watch the extended, what we're going to do is we're going to get into what's going to happen for you in the next 6 months to a year or sooner with, you know, maybe with regard to those spiritual gifts. Maybe we'll find out more what they're talking about with the sex. Like what's this abundance of sex? Is this with the twin flame? Is this by yourself? Maybe we'll try to clarify that if they'll give us some clarification on that. But we will definitely get into some more details, just expand on this reading, find out more what they want you to know. We might pull some charms, we might get some advice cards, maybe some law of attraction advice cards, because we do have 11s here. Just talking about you manifesting this, you being the paint. You can paint your own sun back into the sky. You can manifest this. But there's also something about nourishing yourself, getting it on there. So we're gonna just get some more juicy details here. So if you want to watch the extended, go down below, click the link to my Patreon. It'll take you over to my Patreon. You'll notice it's only $5.55, but that's not just for this one reading. That is actually for access to all of the extended readings that I've done up until this point and all of the readings that I do going forward. So you're not just, that $5.50 does not get you access to just one reading. It gets you access to all of my readings for whatever time period that you pay for. So go there, check that out. I think it says, like, it makes it look like you're signing up for it monthly, but you can cancel at any time. You don't have to do it monthly. Although I truly appreciate those of you who do stay Patreons monthly, because that's what's going to allow me to keep doing these readings for you and support this channel. So thank you so much. That and ordering personal readings from me. I appreciate it so much. So definitely check that out, and I will see you in the extended, where we're going to find out what's coming in within the next year, because, you know, all this is going on, you getting in touch and you're, you know, expanding your horizons and uncovering treasure. Is that happening within this year, or does it take longer? We're going to find out more. So go click the link, go to my Patreon. I'll meet you there.